Hello? Hello, my friends. It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening, Sunday night, and just kind of starting to make some really good progress on this painting I'm working on, which I think is kind of a fun little piece. So I figured I would stream it. I also need to look into something on my store. Huh. Watcher DM is the channel. Gabriel Hernandez is me. And I'm actually wearing our fucking merch tonight. This is a shirt that is coming out for a module that's coming out. That's pretty cool. Called The Divisible Man. Art by Lurk. You saw it here first. Um, Lurk loves you. Don't forget. Anyway, I have a blog post coming up in next week that is about some pretty cool topic. I think I may have mentioned it at some point offhandedly talking about stuff. In fact, it was almost certainly inspired by um, some conversation I had with somebody. So if you hear me say this and you're like, "Oh, I knew that," or "You said that with me," go ahead and leave a comment. In fact, even if you think what I say is stupid, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Anyway, um, the idea is that it would be fun to have like character effects, like effect on your character and how they act and how they think, um, like as a player tool for repeated exposure to the idea of shapeshifting. Woo, looking good. Yeah, the face got a lot better from the last time you saw it, Big Drunk Bird. For sure. I'm gonna try and figure out if I can do this where what I've done is I've taken a picture of blonde hair and I've pulled out what I've kind of tried to pin down as like the all the different, six-ish colors in the range. And then I'm starting with this kind of brown here to get the back, the undercoat, if you will. I also took the opportunity to kind of shape the hair because I feel like the hair that was there, it's just kind of, I don't know, didn't have good shape. It looked like the hair of somebody who has never thought about their hair. It looked like Krug hair. I think I was still suffering from my momentary polymorphism into Krug. um, and yeah, that blog post looks fantastic. It's actually up on the Patreon now. If you're a patron, you can read Chelsea's blog post about like interesting tools for players to be found in really gripping on to like what would classically be perceived as a weakness, like imperfections, right? Something that's different about you that stands out. The kind of thing. Actually, it's funny when I'm gonna say his name again. I'll invoke Mike Shea. When Sly Flourish talks about his easy method for tracking goons, right? His Mook's rules, where basically he'll say, "Oh, okay, there's bandits, A, B, C, D, E, and E," and then what he'll do is he'll ask the player like name something interesting about them that starts with an A, right, or starts with a B, or starts with a C. And so whatever they say, like that's the name and the letter, so it allows Mike to keep ordinal track of the mobs whilst also giving the mob something interesting about them. Well, those same kinds of interesting things, like he has a bum eye, or he's missing an arm, or he, can't speak, or something like. There's just a bunch of different things that you can describe someone as, and picking any one of those for your own character can be a delight at the table. It is so much fun. And it puts something in the sauce, it's seasoning the stew, if you will, seasoning the soup. I don't know. That's probably mixing my metaphors a little too hard there, but if you're gonna have mixed metaphors, man, go fucking. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Am I on the wrong layer? It's hard to tell where I am. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. That's what was up. I was like, that doesn't look like a different color. That looks like the same color. Trying to look different. Okay. Bring this up a notch. Lines here. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Hey. Let me just turn this down a bit and try and get some. All right, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. I think I missed a color in here. I think this middle color needs to be a lot more prevalent. It's kind of weird. Like blonde hair is this weird. There's no yellow in it. was I was definitely under the impression that I was going to see some yellow on this palette. I was like, oh, well, it's just different shades of brown. Just go really light. So you gotta kind of fill in the blanks here with a bunch of light. But those little negative spaces in the hair are where you're getting all the shape data from, so you need that. I kind of like this, like you got braids around the top that are kind of pulled back, and like then the long hair just kind of flows out under it. I don't know. Yeah, I think she's looking okay. You look mighty pretty, chicken lady. You know what she looks like? She looks like she is admiring the grace and beauty of a chicken. She looks like she's affected by the one that Austin wrote. Hold on a sec. Let me pull this up here. Oh god, I didn't save this yet. Save those changes. Uh, oh god, it's in one of these browser windows. Polydysmorphia. Evangelism. You have seen a better way of life. You have seen the life of a chicken closer to the earth. Add an ideal to your character sheet. I want to share the gospel of life as a chicken with everyone. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. Let's trim down just a little bit this neck here, I think.
Want to come in?
And I think just, yeah, like trying to put some little bitty lines in it. So it looks like the illusion of complexity. And then we're going to get in here, and I'm going to clean up your face. Let's clean up your face a little bit, and just even your little, I don't know why, fantasy sideburns. I don't know why, but they're a thing. It's like they're fucking everywhere. All right. Need to clean up some more of this stuff. There's kind of this weird point at which I really need to wean myself off of black lines. It's kind of one of those. I think it's like the eternal struggle of the artist. You're always just like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, black lines are super easy to use, man. Like, it's not even just like my opinion, man. Um, so let's do. I kind of wanted to do like a bodice. I used to go to Renaissance Festival, and the bodices are actually a good bodice is a pretty cool thing. So yeah, we got the wrong shape. We're starting with the wrong shape. So we actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of grid line this here. Make sure that goes to there. And can I just say it? I think her boobs are low. Her boobs are too low to be in a bodice. I think a little bit, just a skosh. Maybe we'll get away with it, but I don't think so. And then the other interesting thing about a bodice is that it's like a straight piece of boning. Hit that boning. Oh, fucking cool. There are two straight pieces of boning right down the front. And then this goes right. It's clipped to there. This can go up under here. So we can thin that down just a hair. Just put a little bit of spit shine on it. How was dinner tonight? Did you go to dinner already and come back? Hello, viewer number 3. Whoa, God. GP, please don't do that anymore. What the Hold on. Actually, you probably can't hear that. That was just in my head. Alright, hold on. Now you will suffer with me. Wow. Oh, God. Good. Thanks for asking. Okay, sorry. My bad. Stop doing that. Whew. Cool. What'd you eat? I had an amazing dinner as well, so I'm ready to talk about. I'm super down to get into the dishes. Let's do this. What am I doing? Doing it wrong. That's what I wanted right there. Boop. I keep accidentally brushing up against my mic, fuzzy mic thing. So sorry. We're getting that ASMR. We had Italian spagoots, spagooter, spagooter and Rivoli. I love spagooter and Rivoli. I had steak and asparagus. Um, Pretty top notch dinner for me. I was fucking stoked. I'm always happy to eat steak. I'm gonna take this thing off since I don't use it anymore. Sorry for the noise on that. But that thing's been getting in my way. Since today I got the fuzzy top for my microphone. The world moves on. Time to change. Let it be. Oh, you know why? Okay, I just figured out why that wasn't working before. Asparagus wrapped in prosciutto. Very nice. Yeah, when y'all come out, I don't even really have to say it. My mom's gonna like be like, "Oh, they should come over for dinner. Oh, I'll make them dinner." Like that's gonna happen bajillion times. Do I want to become famous? No, not really. Buy followers, primes, and viewers on bigfollows.com. Now, that's terrible advice. I heard that place sucks penises, and not in a good way. And who doesn't like? Come on. But thank you, thanks, ex Dennis Danny Dennis I Danny 2259 for putting putting that in my chat, I guess. Uh, Yee, mom loves you. She, yeah, she might like you guys when she likes me, and she really likes me. But she gets so excited when it's conversation turns to y'all there. Oh, when she found out y'all were coming back into town, she was just like, "Oh, what? I didn't know that. You didn't tell me." She was so hurt. I really should have told her. I don't know why I didn't. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking with my brain. I was walking with a ghost. I said, "Yee." So yeah, so I got those blog posts ready. They're scheduled, I think, on, or they're not scheduled, but they're set up in WordPress, all finished up if you want to take a look at them. I need to finish this painting before I can put it in on your post, Austin, but the other one is all SEO'd up and stuff. Although I did the SEO, and that's probably not like a good it's not like a good thing. So I am almost certainly going to run it by, yeah, that's kind of what was missing here, is we had intention about what direction the neck was going there. Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Get this right here. Shadow under the chin. Just a little bit of shadow for the collarbone. A little bit under the ear. Oh, her little eyes. I love her little like chicken admiring eyes. They're so funny. They are wrong though. So I do need to either. I need to pick one. Although I think this is the one that needs to go. She has an unhealthy amount of eyeshadow under her eyes, like under her left eye. Boom. And now she has little on this side, which realistically might actually be easier to paint in this way. Oh, fuck me. Am I on the wrong fucking layer again? Oh. I just realized what was going on. I'm a noob. I had locked the layer. It could not be changed. Such dark magics brought to bear on my own people. Okay, now she's got wobbly eyes. Let's fix these. Let's fix these wobbly eyes. Actually, I think to fix the she's got derp eye. She got chicken eyes, dude. She's trying to look in two directions at once. That's so bad. All right, where was I? Okay, we gotta fix these eyes. We gotta fix these eyes. So the thing about eyes is, wait for it. It's gonna shock you, I'm sure. Is no, no, neither of this is what I want. There we go. They're circles. They are in fact just balls in the head. So, starting with the ball, I can make, basically I can make one ball with the iris pointing in the right direction, and then I can copy that ball because the other eye isn't sufficiently far away. It should work. So the plan as it stands right now is to take this kind of eye position here and hack it so that it works over here too. That doesn't look right, you say. I hear you scream into the microphone that you don't have. But I think if we scale it down a little bit, and then we're gonna have to rotate it a little bit because this is not. Oh, come the fuck on, dude! Seriously. Edit, transform, rotate. Just gonna rotate it a little bit. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the rotation is not the. Almost. I think it's close enough for getting a start. Fucking, it still looks wrong. I think maybe I'm wondering if it's her nose. Let's try. Let's try painting this in here. Come on. This color here. This color here. Paint it in like so. And yeah, see, this is still all fucked up over here. I guess maybe I didn't get that. Well, she looks like she's got chicken eyes. It's probably because she kind of has chicken eyes. She's a chicken-eyed elf. Alright. Bone in. Move on. We're moving on. Alright. Actually, before I move on, I need to get rid of... Okay. So this was the mistake I made earlier, is I put this palette on the same layer as my painting, which is not ideal. I need to be better about organizing this stuff. But I should be able to push this down, push this down. Oh. And then this, push this down. Cool. And now just get this one painting here. I keep working on. And I think the next thing we're going to work on this painting is the chicken. I'm going to fill in some of this color spacing here that got left a little loose, just so I've got a solid read against the page it's going to be sitting on, because portable network graphics pings, the kind of image that I'm creating, retains transparency information on like a alpha scale, so it does like shades of gray for transparency. So if I do transparency here, it'll show on the thing as transparent, which isn't usually ideal. In this case, it would be devastating. Like if it was on a dark background and there was transparent stuff, it'd be like black coming through, which would be super bad. All right, so we're gonna go. So the way that light works apparently is as you move up the color scale. So I'm gonna go up in value, and I'm gonna go towards, I guess, is it towards yellow that? I think it must be towards yellow that way. So the color I should get here should read as yellow light hitting dark purple, or like a black chicken feather. And so and you can kind of see it kind of does, right? Like, and so now if I want to go from this up towards a yellow light, I would go up in value, and I would go up farther into the reds. And here, this would be like the brightest yellow light reflecting off the feathers. And then I think what I can do here is I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna try the same principle here, but we're gonna start with blue for this shadow of this head. This is a dark blue shade. And from blue, we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to step up and move over to that, and then step up over to this. And what's interesting here is I've just done basically the same thing twice. I went from like purple to, you know, something to something else. The two colors in between actually went through the same. These are the same colors basically, but they look different because of the background that they're on, which is really interesting. I think it's just such a strange thing that light works that way, you know. I'm just gonna color the top of this as this kind of red color. Give it some little giblets. Actually, I'm gonna go down in value on these, and we'll bring the values up. What sayest thou? In this case, the other thing I can do here is I can paint this with a little bit more saturation, because before I was keeping it on the same saturation line. Now, get some little shiny chicken. What are those things? What are they even called? The dangly bits on a chicken or a hen. Know what I'm saying? Who would I even ask to find this information out? Waddles. Thank you, Austin. It's funny, as soon as the words escaped my mouth, I was like, Austin's gonna go look this up if he doesn't know it for sure. Oh, cool. We got a follow from Static 101 4 hours ago. Thanks so much for following. Actually, Static 101 is this guy Bo. We met today. I met him at the baby shower, which was quite the event. It was super fun. Had a great time. Got to meet lots of people, and Bo is one of them. And we got to talking. He does some streaming too. He streams a lot of retro video games. So we're talking about some of the great Final Fantasies that came out before 7. Final Fantasy 6 kind of being like chief among them in many ways. It was the game that changed everything before Final Fantasy 7 went and changed everything again. In a lot of ways. Damn, that is a handsome chicken. I'm not super particular about my chicken attractiveness, but this chicken is pushing some values out. This is good stuff. Work it, JB. Work it. Let's get in here and clean this. Finish this beak off a little bit. Yeah, I need to be able to delete from this painting here, so we're going to go back to this. Just going to go ahead and touch this up a little bit. Get rid of it. And we're going to have this all. Ah, cool, that worked. Nice. Just going to clean this little piece up just a smidge. Make it look a little more chickeny. I would have never considered myself a chicken artist. But This looks like a chicken. I know that that's the goal and everything, but like, it's kind of legitimately looks like a chicken. All right. Anyway, so here's the orange. Same principle. It's one a handsome chicken, right? It's like, hey, baby, giving you that side eye. Um, so I need to move. I want to move towards blue, right? So I'm heading towards cool colors at this with this, and so I'm gonna step it down in value, and I'm gonna step it up to like here, and it's gonna be green. Juki Holic, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for remarking my beautiful chicken. Um, and so this is gonna probably trip you out a little bit. So you can see here that I'm painting in green, right? No. Okay, you can't see that? Oh, you're colorblind. Okay, well, damn. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna have an impact. I'm painting, I'm doing digital paintings for something, so um, so if I want a even deeper shadow, I will go into this kind of blues here and go darker. Although really realistically, this should be at a lower saturation. Yes. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Just undoing all of that because that was kind of a waste of time. The green is okay. And then we're going to hit some chicken highlights. Polish there, a little panache. Okay. And to somebody colorblind, putting a color next to one that is close to the color they can't see makes it hard to see. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Is this something that you also experience, Austin? Lady Hennington's bottom beak looks brown. That's correct. That's actually the effect I'm going for. So this, yeah. The idea is that like the way that light works is exactly what you're describing, right? Where if you're looking at something yellow and you put something kind of green underneath it, it should look brown, right? Because or not. Okay, so I'm using these are not the colors that I mean. Basically, what I'm saying is like um as you move towards the warmer or the cooler spectrum, like the complementary colors will have like affect each other that way if they're next to each other. That's why we use them, right? All right. So yeah, that's our royal. What'd you call her, Lady Hennington? Lady Hennington. And the lady who is wearing a green dress is wearing green because she's not wearing any colors that mess that up. That makes sense. But if I were to put like, did you name that green-headed lady? The, I like it. I love it. I'm keeping it. Sorry, you're in the book now. That's just how it's gonna go. Oh, but yeah, I didn't really finish the bodice work I was doing here, and I kind of need so. Okay, so the way that actual bodice works is it goes. Fuck. I'm gonna find a different bodice because I think the one that I found is maybe a little too. Actually, that looks a lot more realistic. Hold on. Surrounded by hens, though, right? Yes. Yes, yes. Actually, Jukiholic, let me explain to you what the fuck I'm doing here, because this probably looks like a very strange painting to be doing. Um, but Austin, some band I don't really care in the chat, is a author for me. Okay, so I wasn't a crappy person crapping up your stream. No, no, you're more than welcome, and I love it. I love Lady Henniton. I think it's a great name. Uh, so he wrote a blog post. He wrote an article that we're publishing next week, like this coming week, and it's about how people who get polymorphed. So Juki Holic, do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you know the Dungeon and the Dragon? I'm going to assume that you do, and just kind of keep talking as though you do. If you don't, this probably won't make very much sense. But people who change shape a lot and change into animals via polymorph spells or wild shape or any other reason that you could change into an animal, it's a magical world. Who the fuck knows? Um, the idea was that they could have like short or long term effects to that, like for doing that, right? So, and it was just kind of an idea I spitballed the other day, kind of off the top of my head, and he wrote this amazing article about it. And so this is the artwork. On a beak facing grass should have some green light bouncing off. You're absolutely right. Actually, backlighting is for sure like the hardest thing to get right, right? Because this, like, it would look like that on the feathers, and you would get kind of some of that there. But I don't know that I'm going to keep. Actually, I kind of like that. I like all that there, but I've still got like a ton of other painting to do. So one of the effects is evangelism. You have seen a better way of life, closer to the earth, and add an ideal to your character sheet. I want to share the gospel of, insert your animal form here, with everyone. May you... Oh, may I what? I don't know what the... I usually just do random lights bouncing off as backlight. I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, okay. Yes, exactly. So that's exactly what it is, right? It's like if you have turned into, hold on, spider plant. Have you have you played with us before, Jukiholic? Do you know? Have you changed into a? Is that a thing that you guys have? Spider plants? Okay. I've never met a spider. I've never had anybody turn into a spider plant before, but it does sound cool. I'd be down. Do you have the polymorph into spider plant spell? So the way that bodices actually work here is they kind of are separated like here. And then they just go around like this, and then there's like a tie off that goes up here. So we're going to probably restructure this and just try and get it right this time. So look at the reference again. Don't forget your reference, kids. Drink reference for breakfast. So little simple shoulder strappy bits. That neck still looks weird and wonky and long. Need to fix it. Don't focus on that yet. So, and then this goes like this. Is this picture to show what a PC looks like coming into the hen circle of friends? Yes. Yeah, the objective here is this woman is an elf who is affected by this disorder. We're going to air quotes disorder because it's actually not considered a disorder by the elves, right? Elves and druids are like, this is a good thing. This is like a natural process, right? I'm just gonna read. Can I just read the article? Yeah, I want to be a chicken. Exactly. I have seen the way of the chicken. I now want to tell people about the greatness of living as a chicken. right? Um, so I'm just going to read the article. Polydysmorphia, the shape-shifting sickness of the elves. Yeah. The transmutation of living beings is one of the great benchmarks of magical progress. Academic arcanists have long attempted to imitate what elves and druids arrive at so easily. The power and freedom of polymorphia, the ability to change your form as one changes clothes. Yet, like all magic power, it comes at a cost. Forcing the mind and soul through multiple bodies can leave lingering marks on the ego, like palimpsest self. Like a palimpsest self. You're gonna have to give me the definition on palimpsest, Austin. Druids, doppelgangers, and lycanthropes. To those in touch with the formless chaos of nature, polymorphism holds little danger. Yet, radically altering one's identity across species lines can be mentally taxing for those inculcated in social ideas of identity. Some suffer under the strain. Among humanities wizards, the resulting malady is called polydysmorphia. Palimpsest is a series of images drawn atop one another. Okay, got it. Thank you. Wow, that's a really abstract sentence. For sure. Among the elves, it is known as Gwiltrintir, translated as the Green Revelation, and is considered a natural step towards religious knowledge. The dwarves, less charitable, call it elfsick, or call it being elfsick. Regardless of the name or accompanying cultural baggage, frequent polymorphers risk shifting not only their physical body, but also their conception of self. Use the following rules if you are looking for magic, specifically shapeshifting, to have a higher cost in your game. In general, these rules are better suited to horror or low magic games than high fantasy, high magic games. Make sure to check with everyone at the table before instituting the rules. Each time a character changes shape, they must make a wisdom saving throw equal to 5 times the number of times they have been polymorphed since their last long rest. On a failure, roll on the following chart for a consequence. And then we have a d8 of consequences. So, second skin, you cannot help but feel discomfort in your humanoid skin as though you were wearing a costume. You take disadvantage on charisma checks until you can compensate by wearing furs, scales, or feathers over top to match your preferred animal form. So basically, this lady would start dressing like a chicken. Elephant talk, humanoid language seems increasingly tricky to you. Whenever you roll a natural 1 on a social check, you lose proficiency in the languages you speak and gain speak with animals for 1 hour. I love this effect because it's like a critical failure for a skill check, which I think is, I've never seen that before. And it gives you the effect of a spell when it happens. So while you lose proficiency in your languages, you get a really interesting effect. Social trappings. 3. You increasingly feel endangered in civilized settings. You may no longer receive the benefits of a long rest while indoors. 4. All dogs go to heaven. The shape of your soul has remained in its animal form. This change affects your astral and etheric bodies. Depending on your deity, it may become difficult to access your preferred afterlife. So should your character die, you will go to does let the PCs perform new ways to player. I will read that in a second. Cat eyes. Your eyes have not reverted. You lose all dark vision and vision related abilities, disadvantages, and gain those of your animal form. Remember, if this is a mammal, it probably includes color blindness. One of us, you have advantage on animal handling checks with animals who share your new form. Evangelism, it's the one I already read you. And then picky eater, you can no longer stomach humanoid food, instead only taking substance from foods your animal form would eat. And then the conclusion of the article is treatments for polydysmorphia. Treatment is rare among those societies which stigmatize polydysmorphia. Among the elves, the traditional solution is to live a year and a day in your animal form, after which you must choose to return to bipedal society or forever doff your sentience and live like an animal in perpetuity. Humans, hobbits, I like that you used hobbits there. I think that's awesome. And dwarves object that those they send for healing rarely return in their humanoid forms. The elves merely shrug. The patient is again monomorphic and suffers no identity confusion. who'd want to be anything other than an elf or animal anyway? So yeah. So question. You had a question, and also a question to you. What do you think? Cool. See, Austin, somebody likes it, but I think we knew that was going to happen. Having body dysmorphia is a cool idea to throw at your PC. Yeah, I mean, so yes, there's definitely part of the idea of things that you're like, okay, like me for instance, I have a character Justice who has social anxiety. I personally don't experience social anxiety, but I wanted to put myself in the mind of somebody who does and like try and get into that headspace. It's interesting because I don't think that it would be very okay to try and write like rules around something like that or really even give advice being somebody who's kind of an observer, like who doesn't experience it. Or I guess hasn't identified that they've experienced it. I have no idea if I identify if I like have body dysmorphia. It's possible. I think that if any of your friends were put through that, perhaps they should go back to learn things. Go back to learn things. I don't know what that means. If any of your friends were put through that, perhaps they should go back to learn things. Yeah, that sentence doesn't make any sense. But you know, that's how things be sometimes. And you may say anything. I'm cool. Oh, like changing into objects? Objects is a little bit different than animals, I think. Um, yeah. Yeah, there's PCs playing this game. It's something you would add to like 5e, right? They should get very low rolls to go back to their own bodies. Oh, okay. I think you're maybe misunderstanding this. So this is not like they permanently become the thing, unless they kind of choose to. This is just that like they polymorph. So I've got this one friend actually, Johnny, who I think regularly polymorphs either himself or his friend into T-Rex, and then somebody casts fly on it, and then they have a flying T-Rex, and it would be absolutely hilarious if you know. Yes, she does think she's a chicken. That's kind of the yeah. She thinks she's a chicken. But actually, this idea came from a friend of ours who plays. He plays with us. He plays this character Raymond, and I don't remember who did it first, but somebody polymorphed Raymond into a chicken, and he started like he got polymorphed kind of a few times into a chicken, and every time he kind of like came back out like, what the hell? I was a chicken. I was pecking the ground just a few seconds ago. What the fuck? Like all of a sudden I'm burdened with sentience again. And he kind of leaned into the whole like, yeah, it was really fun. And honestly, like I don't know if you've checked out much of our stuff, like Watcher DM stuff, but a lot of our stuff is kind of like down this type of road where you're like, oh, cool. It's kind of a crazy idea. Like, how, it's not something that's ever going to get published in some official book. It's pretty bespoke, pretty weird, kind of off the wall stuff, but I love it. I think that's, if there's anything missing from Dungeons and Dragons, it's kind of those voices, right? Just being like, hey, what if we just had an effect where every time you turn into a chicken, you kind of want to become more of a chicken? I would ask for some after hours DM time. Uh, I'm not picking up what you're. I don't get what you mean by that, but yeah, like if you're looking for games, if you want to play some D&D, or if you're looking to DM, uh, we're always down. We're always looking for more DMs. For me. Are you a player or are you a DM? That would be sometimes with other folks to role play with that, and the DM would give some XP. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we've had. Oh, that's interesting. I see what you're saying. So like, somebody comes to this. Are you talking about like somebody coming to the stream? Oh, no worries, no worries. And then just like playing on stream with me, like I DM people on the stream because that's an interesting idea. It also sounds fairly close to. Well, no, it's actually probably not that impossible. Now that I think about it, it would just be like it would basically be the same as streaming, right? Streaming D&D. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can come play with us. Let's see. Actually, what is the best way for us to Austin? This is a great question. How should we do public games? So I'll tell you what. I'll schedule a game on Watcher DM, the Facebook page. Are you on Facebook? I guess we could probably just do it here on Twitch, honestly. This thing doesn't work. Multi-stream chat doesn't work. No hate, my friend. I was not trying to say to put me into a game. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, if you ever want to play, uh, I uh, I have played like on stream. I don't think, for me personally, maybe your friends would love to get some side stories. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. So just doing like some role playing sessions with my friends like on stream. Um, so yeah, that's not really like a thing. And mostly it's not a thing, I think, because well, that's actually yeah, it's kind of a little it's kind of technically complicated. Like somebody who's just playing D&D, right, doesn't necessarily need to have all this bullshit like with a crazy mic and all this stuff to play. And we play on like Roll20, which can be pretty taxing on the computer. Or we play on Foundry, which likewise is pretty taxing on the computer. Um, so yeah, it's not really a thing. Also, I don't know that the value is very very high. Oh yeah, we could do side stories. I do side stories all the time. I'll play one shots and like I'll play just like stuff with my friends, or sometimes I'll even just ramble on about lore. Is that what you're saying? Is kind of giving players the space to like just talk about what their characters are doing and stuff? All right, let's see here. So there's like a tie off there, a little ribbon, a little tie off there, and a little ribbon. That looks more like a bodice. Heck yeah. You always got to give the players room to kind of show their characters off. That's awesome. You had a good DM. Oops. All right. This is this is starting to get kind of respectable here. And yeah, I think it's just some of that. A little bit of such and black such. Just Actually, I think interesting. Yeah. There's another strip of fabric in here. I think we're gonna make it kind of a little bit bold. Down. Oops. Under. It's under. Under. Fuck. Damn it. This is so hard. Okay, that was almost it. That. And then cross tie there. Seems legit. All right. And other thing that's kind of could show up and probably nobody would hate it is some kind of belt or something. Although belts and bodices are almost certainly not the life of a chicken, right? This is not. These are not chicken ideas. How dare you? Okay, and then this is going to be a little bit complicated because this goes down like this. And then down from the top like this. Just have it slide in here. And down with some darker tones. Bring down the brush size. Zoom in. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to create the ring for this, which is, I believe, going to look like that. Seems legit. All right, we're good. All right, it's 10:15. All right, I gotta go to bed here pretty soon. So this gets down here like so, comes up here, and gets pushed down like so. This goes around like that. All right. Not a terrible start. Definitely needs some love though. Let's, yeah. There's no spell. All right. Kind of looks about right. Probably fine for now. Good enough for government work. And I really don't have to have this done until day after tomorrow. Although tomorrow night I'm going to a party, so I'm not gonna have a lot of time to work on it. Thanks. Thank you, Austin. So the chicken's just like, hey, you got food? She's like, I want food too. I'm a chicken. Oh shit. Alright. And what was her name? It's Lady Henniton. It's going on the page here. Oh. If I can remember how to fucking write English human letters. Oh. Henniton. Oh. All right. Well, this has been fun. Been streaming for just a little over an hour. But like every fucking day this last week, I stayed up hella late before like when I was supposed to be like going to sleep and going to work the next day, and it really affected my health last week. Like I had migraines all week and was really having a hard time showing up for work. So I do not want to make that same mistake this week. I really need to be disciplined about it. So I'm gonna have to check out. Why can't I stop painting these fucking things? Um, but fret not. All right, I love you very much. Um, and I'm gonna keep working on this. This is gonna happen. I may end up streaming tomorrow night just to. No, I can't. I'm going to a fucking party tomorrow night. That's why I keep painting, because I know I don't have time to do it any other time. Not. It's just not possible. All right. Well, maybe that's what we ship. I don't know. Probably not, but I think it reads. I think it reads fine, actually. If I got rid of the background here, would it? Okay, I need to fill in these whites here and some of this white here with some background stuff. But otherwise, should go down pretty easy. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. Thanks for watching. I love you so much. And I